prior to that moment, you was just scraping by.
Man, I say like this. I was making money. Like I made 6 figures when I was 25 years old. So we was making money, but it was just like it was enough. Like it wasn't.
So you wasn't working nowhere else?
Nah, I quit my job. I quit my job 2 years after I started my business. So I quit my job when I was 23 years old.
So was it cold turkey?
Yeah.
You just dropped it.
Yeah.
You didn't know what was gonna happen.
Nah, man, I quit my job. I had $100 in my pocket, but it was just like it was to the point where I couldn't answer my phone calls. You barely was getting phone calls, but it was just like the ones I do get, I don't want to miss.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I'm knowing, okay, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was making more money at Olive than I was at Sherwin-Williams. But I learned more as far as my life. Like I was dealing with contractors, that painting contractors, and I was dealing with all type of skills that I couldn't have learned.
So God put you in position to meet some people that was leading you down the path.
Meet the people and meet the people that was willing to teach me the skills, like different skills, and people that already had like painting companies that I didn't know when I was building relationships with them that I was about to start a power washing company.
Yeah.
And painters need power washing companies. So now I probably got 30 painting companies that only let me do their houses.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.
Welcome to a Vivid Mind podcast, the official podcast of luxury lifestyle brand, Young and Cultured. I am the host, Sid, a.k.a. the king of all things dope, King Dope. Like always, I bring special people on, people who really are going to change the way you look at life, change the way you think on things, just who really going to impact you. You get what I'm saying? So, as you guys know, I had an interview with Tony Davis, the owner of Secret Scientists, and I asked him, who are some people you recommended? And this guy came up. This is Darren Heningburg, and he's going to tell you how he became successful today on the Vivid Mind podcast. All right, now, Darren, what's up now?
What's going on, my man?
How you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. It's been a long day, but a good day.
Okay, you got some work in?
All day, yeah.
Okay, then. All right, before we get started, you turn that fan off for me. I appreciate that. I don't think so. We're going to get Uncle Bobby to turn the fan off on him. We don't want y'all to hear the cool breeze. All right. So, like with all my people that I have come on, I like to actually get to know them.
Okay.
Whenever we have a conversation. And the first thing I like to do is break the ice.
All right.
Because I got a game.
Let's do it.
You sure you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. It's called Dumb Questions for Smart People.
All right.
All right. Let's see what I want to ask you. What's the most interesting thing about you that we would not learn if we just looked on your social media?
Man, I'm pretty funny, man. I be so serious on social media. Like I just be strictly business. But I'm a little funny. I'm a little cornball.
Okay.
I think that's one of the things people don't know about me. Most people that meet me, if they just follow me on Facebook, they think I'm just gonna be so serious about life and everything else. But I'm a little funny.
Okay. Well, it's gonna.
I like to think so.
If you is, it's gonna come out today.
I like to think so.
All right. So, if we ain't gonna go with that one. Let me see another one on here. What fictional character do you identify with the most and why?
Fictional. Ooh, that's a tough one right there. Ooh, can I double back and ask you the question and see, and then let me see if I can relate? Give me something to play out with. What fictional character you relate to the most?
Sure. So mine's is really like a double answer, but it's the same answer.
Gotcha.
It'll really be between Superman and Captain America. And the reason why is it's more Cap than it is Super. It's Cap because it's my resolve. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's what I understand must be done is the reason why it's getting done. Ain't no other reason. That's what must be done. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
And it's gonna always be right. I'm the person you could trust no matter what.
Right. Man, that's deep.
And I came up with that right now.
Hey, I thought you had that in the back pocket somewhere. You see you had that in the back pocket?
I was positive.
I had to think about that one. Let me go back to that one. That's you went a little deep on
All
that.
right. All right.
I double back on that.
I'm gonna let you slide because
Let me
you're a little
slide.
tired. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's been a long day.
You've been doing this
But no excuses.
for a long time.
No excuses. We here. We here now. No excuses.
All right. So I come up with a different second one. This one is a little bit easier. You ready?
All right.
Do you think zombies should be slow or fast? And why?
Man, I think they cool with being slow.
Why?
Cause how they gonna move? They don't have real bones. They bones gone. So if they moving fast.
You
it wouldn't
think
make
zombies
sense.
don't have no bones?
Well, they got bones, but they bones old. They don't got no meat. You know, they supposed to come out the ground and move
Yeah.
slow. Like it don't even look right if they move.
So what
fast.
about the Walking Dead zombies?
Hey, them different. Hey, they different. Them ain't zombies. They different. You can't compare them zombies to regular zombies to see on TV. Them different. Yeah.
Walking Dead, Dawn of the Dead,
All of them different.
Day 28.
I ain't watched Day 28 yet.
You know,
I
28
ain't watched it. I ain't watched it.
That was from when we were younger, bro. 28 days later, 28 weeks later.
And my brother used to like watching sports. He ain't let us watch the cartoons.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't going for it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, 28 days later, listen, that was one of the ones that had your heart sitting on the side of you. Like, bro, we still watching this?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, my brother wasn't going for it, man. He was having us watching baseball all day. He wouldn't let us turn the channel.
Oh, not the baseball all day, bro.
We can't say he was bigger than all of it. We can't say nothing, so that's just what it was.
Man, I used to play baseball and would sleep on the bench. We still here. Man, find me some more sunflower seeds, bro.
For real.
Okay, all right. So last question. This is our epic question, okay? You can't say you don't know about this one. You've been growing a long time now.
All right.
Who would win in a fight between Iron Man and Batman?
Iron Man. Man, if you look at Batman history, he get beat up in every scene. And on one scene here, he'll be the person that win. Now, I do like all the gadgets. He got the cool cars and everything, but I think Iron Man gonna get him easily.
Really? Come on now. So Batman he's skilled in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
And he's more direct. He's way more direct. Whenever you see him in the scene, he in their face.
Yeah, but getting beat up. Like, if you look at every scene, he getting beat up.
For real.
And you know he getting beat up in every scene.
So you say
He
Tony
got the
take
most battle
Bruce.
wounds.
All right.
I'm going to roll with him.
You gonna roll with Iron
Yeah.
Man. All right. He say Tony Stark win. Y'all, hey man, make sure y'all jump in the comment section. If he wrong, you tell Darren he dead wrong.
If it's 100 comments, 90 I'm going to say he right. Batman so do get beat up a lot. That's what they going to be saying.
All right, so take us back, all the way back. Yeah, all the way back to the beginning.
All right.
When you were little Darren. Did they ever call you D? Some people call you D.
Yeah, man, they call me skinny, man, and D, all of that, yo.
Okay, all right. So who were your parents? How many of y'all was it in the house? Like, were you always brought up with this mentality you got, or did you develop it?
Well, my parents, Andrea and Edward. I got two, one big brother, one little brother.
So you the middle child.
Middle child, yep.
Did you have the middle child syndrome?
I've been the big dog since I was never the middle. I always thought I was the big dog.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
it didn't affect you, like,
Nah.
to have a big brother and a younger brother, and they
Like
got
I said,
this
he had me.
system?
I mean, he had me with a little because he was just taller. But
Okay.
once the mentality wise, I always thought I always wanted to be the boss. Always.
Okay.
From the time I was little.
Yeah.
My whole life.
Okay.
I ain't never like nobody telling me nothing. Like, it's always been the same.
Wow.
But as far as mentality, man, my mom started a real estate company when I was probably middle school. And I, and even before then, like I watched her my mom was a boss. And I just look at it and just be like, I gotta be like that. I can't be none less. So I think I wouldn't say I was just born with it, but once you see, people around you really get it. Like I was cutting grass people in the neighborhood when I was like 11, 12.
Yeah.
So so it's like, seeing her just really, boss up. It was like, that's what I want, and I feel like it kind of transitioned a lot when I got to high school and then I graduated and all of that.
What school you went to?
Went to Davidson.
You went to Davidson. You're a warrior.
Yeah.
So you stayed on this side of the town? Like,
I stayed all the way by BC Raymond. My house was about 2 minutes away from BC Raymond. In the dip, all the way down by the bridge.
That's crazy.
Yep, we grew up at. We didn't want to go to BC Raymond though. We went straight to Davidson.
He didn't want to be no Red Raider.
Nah, man, that school wasn't talking about nothing. None of the other schools really talking about something. The Davidson really probably the number one school all the way around sports. Academics.
You it's a mighty leopard in this thing.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let him. I'm gonna fire him up, Matty. You ain't got to worry about it.
I mean, they got a band, but
we do it all where I'm at.
Except academics.
Oh no, we got that too. Us and another school, the only ones with the nursing program. That's where all your hot nurses come from out there way.
I give you that.
I was part of the Health Careers Access Program.
Hey, you got that's facts. I mean, when you spit facts, I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel it.
It's all good though, because when it all boils down to it, when we leave Mobile and we go to Montgomery, now it don't matter. You from Mobile, right?
Mobile, yeah. They don't care about none of that.
Oh man. Okay, so all right, you told me about your mom. What's up with your dad? Like,
with my dad, man. My dad moved away when I was like 2 years old, man. And we real close now, but he been in Dallas my whole life. So
okay.
Yeah, he's not an entrepreneur. He I come from working, 9 to 5 strong working people.
Yeah.
So that's what I saw. So and I'm glad I grew up like that, seeing people that really went and grinded for every hour, every paycheck, you know. And like I said, I go back to saying, about the people working, paycheck to paycheck. I grew up off of that. People watching people around me really hustle. I ain't never see nobody that just had it easy. We ain't have it easy. And I'm grateful for that, cause I don't know how we would have been if we would have just had it easy at 2-3 years old. We was really, we on Christmas, we wasn't getting everything everybody else was getting. And, it was just like life wasn't easy, you know, so. But I'm grateful for that. So like I said, my dad was a hard-working man. Yeah. My mom was a hard-working woman.
So at what age did your mom start to decide to be a real estate agent?
And I think I was 12, maybe 12.
So when did it start picking up? Like, was it immediate or did y'all have a couple years?
Oh, nah, it ain't pick up fast at all. It was like a period where it was just like maybe when I hit like 15, 16, started to kind of, and then it was like the 2008, that's when it was,
the Great Recession.
Back, and then, so by the time it even got back up, I was at the house. I moved out when I was 18 years old. Yeah. So, but just those couple years of just seeing her before she started the business, just working, like it was different. So,
wow. So were you an exemplary student? Were you average?
Man, I say like this, I excelled in school when I felt like it. Like I never cared about school ever. Wow. Like the semesters that I wanted to be a good student, I was A's and B's. Semesters I wanted to be regular, I ain't never make E's. Yeah. But them C's and D's was there for sure. Yeah. But I was always an athlete. I played ball my whole life.
What sport?
Basketball.
You good?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
You still
good.
Got it right now?
Yeah. Anybody in the comments, y'all can hit me up. We can
please jump in them comments.
Anybody.
I'm gonna hit that tag. Get on here, page.
Anybody
run it up.
Anybody in Mobile.
Anybody in Mobile. Anybody.
It ain't changed. But yeah, I played sports. So like I ain't care. I kind of just breezed through school just enough to get by. Okay. I didn't want to go to college when I first got out of high school. Just went because moms and them they wanted to go to school to build a better life. You know? And for some people, that's a fact. But for some people, of course, that's not the avenue everybody's supposed to take.
College didn't work out for me, but that's a long story.
Yeah. I lasted 2 semesters.
Where you ended up going?
I went to Faulkner State. When it's Coastal now, but it's Faulkner State.
That's I had a couple semesters there myself.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun now. But
you went to Bay Minette?
Yep.
So I would drive between Bay Minette campus and Fairhope campus, but I
Okay.
still stayed in Mobile. Worst mistake I ever made in my life.
Yeah.
If I had lived on campus in Bay Minette, I probably would have made it.
Man, I lived on campus, and that's why I ain't making it.
Nah, it was jumping over there now.
Oof. Yeah, it was fun. It was like we ain't sleep, man. I don't even see how we did it. We missed every 8 o'clock class, every single one on. We
And that's how you get an easy 70.
Yeah.
An easy C is just attendance.
we missed every one on. Like we was out every night in the little the little balcony, the little room that everybody we was in there every night, man. We ain't sleep. But I started working and working at the bookstore. Then I started working at Olive Garden, and it was over. Once you start making some money, you think you don't need.
Yeah.
I don't need school. You weren't making no money, but you think you making money because you 18 years
So
old.
what was your average check like? What did it look like?
Man, I was busting tables, and I was working 60 hours a month at the bookstore. So I was probably clearing about 500 a week, 600 a week. But I was 18 years old, so I was
week?
like, yeah.
Back then, that was some good money.
Yeah, but I was working a lot.
I see why you said forget school. All right, y'all. Y'all give me 1 second. We're going to take a break, and I'm going to come right back with Darren. What it do, family? This your boy Sid, a.k.a. King Dope, the king of all things dope. Hey, I just kind of let you know I just dropped another gem for you. Hey, what I need you to do is pick up your device, go to the nearest streaming app you have, wherever you listen to music. I'm letting you know. I dropped an album to go along with the podcast. Yes. And to make it easy, I named it the same thing, A Vivid Mind. So, on wherever you like to find your music, look up A Vivid Mind. And it's by the artist known as King Dope. That it would be me. You can look up King Dope, KINGDOPE, or you can look up A Vivid. All right, so you go to Faulkner State. It ain't work out.
It ain't work out. Man, like I said, I started working. When you start working, you start making your little money.
Yeah.
Think you grown. You start getting bills. You want to move out. You want to get your own place.
So you making about $500-$600 a week. Where you end up going? Like where you decide to live at?
Man, so I was working at the one in Spanish Fort. But then I was still working. I was working at the one in Spanish Fort, but I was still going to school. That summer, I was like, I'm not gonna do summer classes. I'm just gonna grind, and then I'm gonna come back in the fall.
Okay.
That summer grinding, that's when I got grown.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no more school from there. I got my own apartment over there in Knollwood, and it wasn't no more school from there.
The infamous Knollwood apartments.
Yeah, Knollwood. Yeah, it got a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
you move in, you there by yourself? You move in, okay. Your first apartment is with just you.
Yeah.
That mean it was wild enough.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I mean, I don't want to say that. That on camera. That on camera. Delete. But yeah, it was it was different.
Okay.
It was different.
All right.
So yeah, we doing that. Then I transferred to the Olive Garden Mobile. Was working there, and from that point,
did you stay there the whole time, or
Yeah,
did you
well,
transition to another job?
yeah, so I was working at the Olive Garden Mobile,
Okay.
and it just wouldn't work. I was basically running Olive Garden over there, and once you start running the show, you get a little confident, like, hey, I'm running the show, like y'all gotta let me do a little something, a little bit extra in here. You gotta do a little bit more for me.
Was they paying you?
Yeah, I was probably making more money than everybody over there. Well, a lot of people over there. But we got into it over something small. How restaurants be. When you can't eat the food at the restaurants. I got fired over a chicken Alfredo plate.
Stop playing with me.
Over a chicken Alfredo plate, man.
That's how they always try and get the
But then they brought me back in there. They made me stay at home for like 2 weeks. And while they made me stay at home, while they was, coming over what they wanted to do, they wanted to completely fire me. I ended up going to Applebee's.
Okay.
And, in them 2 weeks, they ain't make me train, so I made more money in them 2 weeks than I was making at Olive Garden.
Stop playing.
So when they brought me back for we gonna let you back in interview, I was like, I appreciate y'all. But then they gave me a raise, and I went back. So I was working at both.
What?
I was working at Olive Garden and Applebee's. So I was probably coming in at 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Over there, getting off at 5. Going to Applebee's 5:30. Remember Applebee's to have the little wings, the little wing specials
on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but it seemed like it was every day. But I'd be working out from like 5:30 to 11:30, 12 o'clock.
So you literally was working like 12, 13, 14 hour days every single day. So that's the same way you working right now.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing changed. Since I was at least 18, ain't nothing changed.
That's crazy. So that whole work ethic, did you ever work when it first started, right? Were you tired of it immediately, or
as far as like the hours that I was working, or like
like because we all have that moment where it break. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because at first in your head you looking at the money and you like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then you get into doing it and you like, I don't want to keep doing this.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't making no money at first, so I couldn't. It was just like I got to keep hustling because I ain't making no money. So I didn't. This the only extra income I can make, but it ain't start from that point. It started. Man, it was still another job in between. Cause I ended up really getting fired from Olive Garden. Why I quit? You know, you remember when they used to have the oil spill cleanups?
Yeah.
So that was my get rich. I'm about to blow up. It's over with scheme.
You got hit with that too.
I'm thinking I'm about to go all the way to Iowa to make $2,000 a week.
Yeah.
So I'm about to quit both of the jobs. So I can go up there. Put my 2 weeks notice in both of them because I supposed to have a flight to go. Yeah, of course it fell through. So now I ain't got a job for like a couple weeks, like maybe a month or so. But then my ex moved in with me, and then she held it down for me. Yeah. Then I started working at Sherwin-Williams paint store, and that's really where my whole journey started with the power washing. Wow. I started there in August of 2015. And in November 2015, I started my business.
Yeah, I saw that. You started your business November 4th, 2015. So
I bought my first machine from there, and I was working there and washing houses. And
so you just randomly decided to wash houses?
Yeah, like I never had seen it before ever. Like never growing up, I had never seen nobody wash a house.
So how you knew what to charge?
I ain't know.
Well, so what did you charge your first house?
Man, my first house I made $65. I was there for like 9 hours.
I know you said you wasn't doing that again.
Yeah, but I ain't know because even then it was like I still got a full-time job. I did it on Friday, so I just got paid. So I'm like, oh, this is a little extra 65, cool. I went the way I look at money now is differently. So it was like, okay, I just made extra money. So then I started charging like $100 for a house and a driveway or something like that, and over the time, you learn, but I didn't have anybody in Mobile that helped with the process of learning. I just kind of got it all out the mud.
So nobody ever said, "Hey, Darren, I see what you're doing.
Nah,
you need some help."
Yeah, none of the big dogs that was in the Mobile came and grabbed me. Like,
and
I grab everybody.
And that's the purpose of this platform. The purpose of the type of men we are. Like, we are here to help whoever that is watching this right now. Like, comment. DM us, like, you get what I'm saying? If you got my number, call, text. I ain't just gonna give y'all my phone number, but
it's big for people that us to pick people up. Like anybody that has started a power washing company in the last couple of years, I guarantee you they got my number. Like every single one.
And you get them sound advice.
I'm about to start charging for it. Now, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't help build a lot of other companies. Because like I said, I didn't have that,
See, but that's why you will be successful. You know what I'm saying? God gives a lot to the person who helps build his community.
Exactly. Yeah, like like I said, they started just like me. Just seeing people do it they saw people do it on YouTube and stuff. I had never even seen a YouTube video. Really, one of my partners that worked at Sherwin-Williams was like, hey, power washing, where is that? And I'm like, well, shoot, you know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm just going to buy the machine. He didn't want to buy it. So I was like, well, I'm going to buy it by myself.
How much was the machine?
I think it had been sitting at the store for like 3-4 years. Nobody bought it. So my boss gave me a deal. I think I might have spent $400 on it.
That's it?
Yeah, about $400. But that machine only lasted me like 2 months because I had realized why it had been sitting there. It was a bad brand.
Oh.
So, but
did you make the $400 back by the time it broke?
Man, maybe. Like I said, I wasn't charging no money. And I ain't know what I was doing. Yeah. So half the stuff I was doing for free. Like I probably did my first 2 years. I probably did about 100 houses free, just trying to get pictures. Yeah. Pictures and like videos and make it seem like we was growing. Try to make it like we bigger than what we was. Yeah. And I'm saying we, but it was just me at that point.
Ain't that funny how you start a business and you say the phrase "we," but it ain't nobody there but you?
Yeah, you be hoping that it's, you know.
Yeah.
But my little brothers, man, they I taught all my little brothers how to do it, and all of them they was working with me, but they was working with me at the point where I couldn't pay them nothing.
That's how it always started.
They were grinding with me, man. They were putting out flyers and everything with me for free, like so. Like I probably couldn't have made it to that next step without them, you know, because they was like, man, like they'd be out putting flyers with me, doing whole houses with me, whole buildings with me, and wasn't making nothing because I wasn't charging no money.
Yeah,
for real. So, yeah, it all, you know, just started off with just seeing a machine and YouTubing it and trial and error.
So, if let's say you encountered a new person today, right? Mm-hmm. And they just like, hey man, I see you out here doing what you're doing. I got interest to do what you do. Mm-hmm. What 10 things would you tell them they need to get started?
Well, first I'm asking why they want to do it. What made you want to do this? You know, is it just because you see me making money or see somebody else making money? Because if it's just the money, you ain't gonna make it out here. You know, it ain't gonna work. It's a lot to come behind power washing, even just as far as health wise. It's a lot to come behind the chemicals and all of that. So if you're just doing it for the money, you know, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
That'll be the first thing. If you focused on the money, this ain't for you.
This ain't for you. And then a lot of them, pretty much everybody that asked me, they be like, how long it took you to get busy? I tell them 5 years. It took me 5 years to get busy.
So you ain't start popping till pandemic time?
Yeah, we started popping in the pandemic. I got on TV, and we got on Fox 10, and we was on TV every day, right when COVID started, right when everybody was at home watching TV every day.
Now, how you end up with a play like that? We supposed to be getting 10 tips for how to get started, and you end up on the news.
Yeah, like it just, everything, man, just fell in my pocket, you know. Just
so you didn't have to do nothing? Was it a network situation?
Man, I said, a lady named Danny Dowles, man, she changed my life on that tip. She was on the news, and she came to me, and she was just like, hey, look, I want you to do a Studio 10. And I think they were like $500-$600 for one, but she like charged me half the price.
Wow.
And I was like, man, I don't know if I got it. I didn't have it. Like I literally, everybody probably, at that point, everybody thought we was up already.
Yeah.
I was trying to rake it on by. Mm-hmm. And that $300, man, that $300 made me $11,000. And in a couple of days.
Lord.
And then she was like, I want you to do a commercial. I'm like, all right. And then we did the first one. We was doing a month-to-month basis. Mm-hmm. And then we got on TV in March. April, we did the commercial, and we did commercials from April, month-to-month basis, all the way to December. December, they came to me with the opportunity to do a contract. Mm-hmm. And from that contract, that's what we really got a lot of the recognition in Mobile. Mm-hmm. And people that we couldn't have reached. No way we could have reached. Yeah. Like, I started getting customers all in Fairhope, all over Mississippi, like everywhere.
Oh, because they saw you on
TV. Yeah, wow. Like I couldn't. My Facebook, I got a lot of Facebook reach as far as in the city. Yeah, but it's only so much that could have reached. But that TV, it opened up so many doors, man. I'm talking about we got so many different apartment complexes and construction companies and real estate agents and real estate companies and that food with us now consistently every month.
So prior to that moment, you was just scraping by.
Man, I say like this, I was making money. Like I made 6 figures when I was 25 years old. So we was making money, but it was just like it was enough. Like it wasn't.
So you wasn't working nowhere else?
Nah, I quit my job. I quit my job 2 years after I started my business. So I quit my job when I was 23 years old.
So was it cold turkey?
Yeah.
You just dropped it. Yeah. You didn't know what was gonna happen.
Nah, man, I quit my job. I had $100 in my pocket, but it was just like it was to the point where I couldn't answer my phone calls. You barely was getting phone calls, but it was just like the ones I do get, I don't want to miss. Yeah. You know, and it's like I'm knowing, okay, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was making more money at Olive when I was at Sherwin-Williams. Mm-hmm. But I learned more as far as my life. Like I was dealing with contractors, that painting contractors, and I was dealing with all type of skills that I couldn't have learned.
So God put you in position to meet some people that was leading you down the path.
Meet the people and meet the people that was willing to teach me the skills, like different skills, and people that already had painting companies that I didn't know when I was building relationships with them that I was about to start a power washing company. Yeah. And painters need power washing companies. So now I probably got 30 30 painting companies
Yeah.
that only let me do their houses.
But people don't know
Yeah.
what you just said.
Yeah. So
They don't know that painters need power washers.
yeah. Like you gotta power wash your house before you paint it. So when I was there, until I started before I started my business, of course, I'm just talking to them, being friendly. So when I started it and I was working there and I'm seeing all these painters come in every day, I'm sliding them business cards every day.
You said you making less money at Sherman-Williams than you was at any other job you've had.
Way less.
So what was you making?
Man, I started over there at $9.70 something an hour. I was a driver.
Yeah.
And delivering the paint. That was the hardest job about the whole thing, but the least amount of money you can make. And they finally moved me in the store, and I was a sales associate. Then I was a third key holder, so I was opening and closing the store. And I think I topped out. My last hoorah with them was when they tried to give me my last raise, and I went from $10.97 an hour. And they tried to give me to $11.26, but I had changed 3 positions
And all they
and got a key. And they tried to give me a 20-something cent raise, and I was like, "Yep." Told them about hit my last week, boss. And I just went out on a limb. And
see, but that's proof, man. If you work at a job, they not paying you enough. You still should be at work with a good attitude. You should be doing it diligently, and you should be nice to these people.
Because you'll never know, man. When I say some of the relationships that I made at Sherman-Williams years ago, I still talk to all these folks. All these folks still got, they still pour into me a lot.
Wow.
As far as like I deal with a lot of different contractors that have had businesses for 25, 30 years that still pour into me daily. They'll call me just to check up on me, and do all of that.
Yeah.
So it's like you never know who you meeting. You never know who you talking to. So it's like, just be a good person.
Yeah.
Be good to everybody that you meet. Like don't try to, of course don't do anything just to just gain anything. Like I'm not gonna be nice to you just for what you can do for me.
Exactly.
I'm just nice.
Exactly.
And and I'm just genuinely I want to see everybody win.
Yeah.
So it's like the relationships that I made back then.
Yeah.
It makes sense right now.
So are all those people? We would think. Are the people looking out for you all on black?
No. No. Nah. Most of the people that look out for me, man, they white guys and older white women. Most of my clientele base are, white people. But I still do business. I do business with anybody.
Yeah.
It's just so my audience, as far as like the target that I attract, that's just so happen to be.
See, but look
people.
at you though, bro. You the typical black guy. Like that's what I want them to know.
Yeah.
I want them to know like you can be you.
I be me. Yeah. You gonna always get me. Every room I walk into.
And they love you. They love you. They calling you. They checking on you. They seeing how you going. They
like we be at each other's house drinking coffee in the mornings. It's just like it's not a color thing. It's a you thing. You know, like
do they connect with you?
Yeah, and we connect a lot. Sometimes we connect more than I do with my people.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
But I think that's more of the entrepreneurial spirit that they're connecting with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily really a black-white thing. We just be seeing it like that.
Yeah, because they can't understand us all the way. Like we can understand us, of course. But when it's like we both entrepreneurs and we both got the same common goal. Like we trying to build generational wealth. Like we don't want to be average. We want to leave a legacy for our families, and that's what we grinding for. Most entrepreneurs, that's what they're grinding for, for a legacy. So we all got a common goal, and if we can help each other get there, of course, we gonna talk every day. Or hey, look, I just came across this. You should try this. Or I noticed you was, you should try to move a little differently right here. Or just try to pour into everybody. So
exactly.
Yeah. So like I said, relationships matter, man. Marketing matters, but relationships matter more than marketing to me.
I read a book that was recommended by Nipsey Hussle, right? So I'm watching him. Whenever I watch interviews, first of all, people ask me, you ask really good questions, man.
Yeah.
How is it? First of all, I like to talk to people. I like to know their backstory.
Yep.
But the real fact of the matter is I probably got about 50,000 hours into watching podcasts.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Because that's what I do when I'm working on shirts for the brand and when I'm making stuff, when I'm designing clothes, podcasts are always playing.
Yeah.
I'm always intrigued by what make people tick. You get what I'm saying? So it's like people care about what you putting your all into.
Exactly.
Because it will manifest.
Yes, and they can see you putting your all into it a lot of times, you know.
Yeah.
Like people see that you being consistent. And that's what, like you said, like even as far as like the algorithms on Instagram and stuff, consistency matters. Like anything you do, and people, once that motion is created and people see, oh, dang, they ain't stopped. Even post 50 days straight. Consistency matters. So, and that's with everything in life, you know. Yeah. People love to see that. So.
And it snowballs.
Exactly.
That's so crazy.
Trickle down effect.
All right, so now that we done went down that lovely rabbit hole, you know, and found the Mad Hatter, we're gonna come back out of it and just real quick give little Johnny Jubo, who trying to he done messed around and found him a pressure washer on Facebook shop, you know, and he just like what I do next, like.
Man, I say it like this. First of all, the first thing to do is look around your industry. You know, go on Google, find other power washing companies like me that you can relate to, and try to call them. You know, and
so reach out for mentorship.
Reach out for mentorship.
So first thing,
I can say I probably done saved at least 3 or 4 years off of somebody else that just starting. When I started, I knew nothing. I didn't know anything about chemicals. I didn't even know about where I can get certain products from, machines. If Sherwin Williams didn't have it, I didn't know where to get it from.
Wow.
So, and then just it's a lot of different ways of cleaning, you know, and it's like, you don't know that until you know, find somebody that do know.
Yeah.
So I messed up a lot of houses, man. I broke a lot of windows. The only thing that saved me is because I had a mouthpiece my whole life. So if I broke somebody later window, she'll just, you know, maybe let me fix it. Or like if I done messed up paint jobs. I done killed whole landscaping like setups.
That's
like,
crazy.
Etched concrete. I done probably did some of everything. But that just come from me being ignorant to what I was doing. You know, just seeing a video on YouTube, thinking it's that easy and going to do it. So I always say the first thing to do is work up under somebody.
Okay.
You know,
so mentorship.
You know, I know you want to start a business, my man, but work up under somebody for at least a month. You know, you may not, you know, and you can get paid, and I know you want to be a boss, but be a worker for a little bit under somebody that know what they doing. And I guess that'd be the first thing. I always tell them there's a lot of Facebook groups. It's probably about 15 Facebook groups nationwide that literally have every answer to any question you can ever ask in the search box.
So the second thing is find a Facebook community or social media community.
Exactly. Okay. Third thing is find out your local distributors. You know, like it's a couple places in Mobile that literally sell the machines and sell everything that they would sell online. We got 2 places here that do it. That sell everything here. And those people will give you the game too, as far as like how you can do it and what you can get this from. And then I research, just like anything, you know, videos. Like go on YouTube, type in what you want to know. You know, and just actually like sit down. You don't gotta, everything you learn don't gotta always be out like physically. You know, feed your mind, pour into your mind a little bit. Watch every video you can find on YouTube. Watch every video you can find anywhere. That's another key thing to do, because the more you see it, the more when you go out and do it, you'll kind of be a little more comfortable doing it.
Okay. All right, y'all. So at this point, he done gave you some real good game. We didn't even get the whole 10 things, but them 5 he gave you was solid. They standing like a mountain. So because of that, we're going to take a quick break. We come right back.
I think that's when I really knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. Wow. If I can pinpoint any moment, you know, it was just like, because they literally just, you're fired and that's it. And I didn't have nothing. It was just like, I didn't know what to do next. And I said that was a crucial point. And I think when I was working a couple jobs, and then, you know, you just working all day, every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think at some point it just kind of was like, all my time can't mean money. I mean, like, I can't have to trade so many hours in to equal up to this amount of money. Like, my life gotta mean more than me working 100 hours a week to make this. So I always wanted to, you know, make the time make more sense. So it's like, that's something that kind of been building like I say, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, it makes sense.
You feel
You've
me?
already explained.
Yeah, like it's kind of like, you know, my time got to mean more to this.
My time is way more valuable than these $10 you give me.
Exactly. So it's like I think that kind of helped me push to want more. When I got evicted, that was a crucial time. I got evicted I guess the moment where I had to figure out my why in business, I know what that moment was, like why I'm doing this. I got evicted out of my apartment and my truck got repoed at the same time.
Stop playing.
Yeah. I had a work truck and I ain't had before I had my trailers and everything like that. I had all my equipment on the back of my truck, and I remember walking outside, truck was gone. Went around the neighborhood around the apartment complex, like, man, I know somebody that stole my truck.
Yeah.
Came back, eviction notice on my door. I'm like, dog, what's going on? I'm sick right now.
Yeah.
Because I had just pawned one of my machines, one of my power washes, so I can. I had to fix some of my truck. I had to pawn one of my machines to fix some of my truck.
Yeah.
So now I only got a broke down machine, no truck, no apartment now, because I got to go and get out. And at that point, I had to figure out why I was doing everything, because I was ready to go ahead and quit, give me a job. Because obviously, entrepreneurship, it ain't working for me. I keep on hitting this brick wall. Like, golly, like, okay, like, God, if it ain't for me, just let me know, send me a sign, if it ain't for me, it ain't for me, if that was you telling me, all right. So I think that was a real crucial point with me having to literally figure out why I was doing this. And I knew it was because of moments like where, when you look at other people, and like you ever seen somebody with a rich daddy, and you be like, dang, like, they got daddy money, or they can do this and they can do that. Like, I'm like, I want that. So it's like, if I keep going right now, maybe I can give my kids that. Maybe my kids will be trust fund babies. But if I stop right now and I go back and give me a regular job, how hard would that be? Like, I know what I'm doing can push me to what I'm trying to do. But if I can't get past this wall right here that I keep on bumping, it's gonna be a regular life.
That became your why?
Yeah, I think me just knowing that I wanted more for my kids and my family and my kids. Knowing that if I stop right now, we regular. Like, I'm the one in my family. Everybody, I feel like every family got that one person that changed everything. I'm him. Like, I believe that. Like I didn't grow up. When I was 18, I ain't had nothing. It wasn't no trust fund in my name, no nothing. My brothers, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, my granddad, nobody. Like, nobody had anything set in place. I'm the person that got that set up right now. I got policies and everything.
You already got it.
We already setting this up.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Like, we already setting this up. Like, my kids gonna be rich. They and if they do right, their kids gonna be rich. And it's like, and I wouldn't say rich. I want to create wealth and create systems within our family that really make sense to where nobody can mess it up, because the system's so strong and locked in that it don't matter what cousin Tom over there do, because everybody else in order. We know what we trying to do. Yeah. So like I said, that was my why. That's still my why. Wow. Just creating the legacy, and I always say they're gonna be trying to wonder how a dude made $1 million off washing houses. Like like I said, I ain't a millionaire yet, but I know I'm gonna be one.
You've already seen 6 figures.
Soon, yeah. Like, it's easy to make 6 figures, and like I said, we shouldn't even be trying to make 6 figures no more. When you see these people out here making billions, we'll be trying, like, why is 6 figures our goal anymore? Like, I'm trying to reach for the stars. I want to make $1 billion.
That's right.
I'm cool if I land on $1 million, you know? So, but I know the brand that I done built is the avenue to where my family going to eat out this forever. And that's my why, like, creating that, because somebody got to do it. I mean, the Heninburg's been in Mobile and all over the place for decades, generations. And ain't nobody got nothing. But Darren came along. Everybody behind Darren got something,
That's what's up.
And that's my why. So, it took me to go through a lot of adversity to figure out, because I ain't know what I was just hustling. Yeah. You know what we do? We find something we good at, and we just hustle. And at some point we just doing it because we making money. Yeah. But then it got to be something money gonna stop you. You ain't gonna get past them hard times if you just trying to make some money, because you gonna just find another way to make some money. But when you got a why, like, I know this is my avenue. I know this is what's gonna change everything for my family. And I'm gonna bust through that wall. I'm gonna bust through that wall because I know what's behind it, you know. And that's how we getting here. That's why I ain't gonna stop.
Hey, you just gave so much incredible game in just that moment, bro.
Yeah.
And just telling your story in just that moment. But I'm gonna ask you the question we all thinking. Everybody on the other side of that question is thinking, how hell you make some money? You ain't got nowhere to stay and ain't got no truck.
Man.
How you bounce back from that?
That day, we had a house to watch. I remember. I had my little brother working with me. I left there. Luckily, the people at the repo place, they saw my business cards on the dashboard of my truck, and they called me, and they had that. I guess the dude looked me up on Facebook. I was 23. I wasn't even 24 yet. I was 23 at the time. He looked me up on Facebook. I guess he saw that I was a young dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Look, you got 2 hours. Come get your equipment." He said, "Don't." He said, "If you can't get here in 2 hours, I'm sorry. We got to take all this. We about to sell this truck. The note ain't been paid." I ain't know I had got the truck from my uncle. I didn't know that he had. I thought he had it paid off.
Was his.
Yeah. And so when they came and took it, I was like, "Dang, I thought they were." So he fell out over that because I'm like, "Dog, you put my whole, we good now." But so I end up going. I ain't had no money. I ain't had no money. I had to get my little brother helped me get the U-Haul truck. We went over there to the we got the U-Haul truck when they got all my equipment out. But then I ain't had no transportation. So man, U-Haul blowing my phone up. I kept that truck for like 2 weeks. They blowing my phone up. I ain't had no money to pay for it. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I ended up on U-Haul for about a year. Like,
for real?
I done took it back and said, y'all gotta charge that to the credit. y'all gotta charge it. But end up like I said, I had a few days. I had about 2 weeks to move out my apartment. So after I left out, mom's let me come back to the crib.
Of course, always.
Yeah, always. She always had my back. I had to move back about 3 times. I stayed back. I stayed at the house about a couple weeks every time. And end up going back and getting my head together. And it was tough though. It's tough when you move out on your own. It's hard to go back. It's hard to go backwards in it, especially when you trying so hard to convince your family. Because a lot of times, when we start businesses, our family and our friends don't support them. Yeah. So we gotta trick them. It's cool to when I said we try to make ourselves look bigger. So if our families believe we bigger, then they'll support us more. But if they think we struggling, then you got to think about it. Being 23 and dropped out of school, you done quit the full-time job that had the benefits and all the security.
Yep. And
you telling your family, I'm doing it because this gonna work. But then you got to move back to your mama's house. So now your family like, I thought that was gonna work. So it's like now you got to try to trick them into believing like my business gonna be successful and I don't need to go back to school and I don't need to get another job. So now you kind of just you in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Because now of course you done made Facebook believe you already jumping, but the people that you need to support is your family and your friends. But you know how it is. A lot of times your family and your friends don't support you until you big. My family them love me now. They my friends.
Now they see it.
They see it. They believe it now.
Yeah.
But that put me in a bad spot because it was like, I can't trick y'all now because now y'all know I'm back at mom's house. I'm telling my mom like, man, don't tell them I moved back because they almost about to start sharing my post on Facebook. We was almost there. Now they ain't gonna share it for a couple months now. So it's just like
So let me ask you this: if somebody's a struggling entrepreneur, would you advise that they take that route or take a more realistic approach and let them see that you are struggling?
Man, it ain't nothing wrong with struggle. But I think if I can go backwards, I would have did it a lot differently. I ain't gonna lie. I would have. See, I quit my job when I ain't had nothing saved. And I was doing a business that was heavily funded. It ain't like a business that you got to buy something one time.
Okay.
And then you be good for 6 months.
Yeah.
It was like a business where you got to buy chemicals every day. You got to buy gas every day. And engines break all the time.
Because you wasn't equating that into your pricing at the time
at all. So when I quit my job, like I said, I maybe had $100. And the day I quit my job, from that day to 3 weeks, we ain't do a house. Like, I ain't get a call at all. Like, nothing. It was just like I'm just sitting at the house trying to figure out what I need to do. But then that's when I started building, I say, the sweat equity part behind my business. order some flyers. And every day that we ain't had no work, if I go with myself or my little brothers that go with me, we passing out flyers in neighborhoods. And that lasted for like 2 years. Where if we ain't had no work, we hitting whole neighborhoods, whole subdivisions.
Wow.
And that, even though we wasn't getting the calls, that made me have a lot of respect for my business. Like it was like, I know we ain't getting me making the money that I thought we was gonna make, but I'm working so hard. You can't tell me I ain't gonna make the money one day.
That's
like
right.
I know I'm working harder than every other company.
That's right.
Like even to this day, like a lot of companies call me because you know what's going on in society with gas and everything. A lot of people slow. Like as far as on residential houses.
Yeah.
Like we do a lot of more commercial now.
Okay.
But the people that like rely solely on residential, they dead slow. And I tell all of them I work harder than y'all. I tell them like I work harder than you now. I worked harder than you when I first started.
Yeah.
Because when you ain't got no work, you sit at the house mad. When I ain't had no work, I was putting thousands of flyers out. I was walking miles. And you build a lot of respect for what you do when you actually know you putting that work behind. Like imagine somebody that play basketball every day. When they shoot the ball, they like, I know I'm gonna make it. Like they feel like they're gonna make every shot because they practice every day.
They know what it feels like for the shot to go
exactly. Like I done worked on this move so many times. I know I can make this shot.
Yeah.
But the person that just walk in the gym and don't work, you can just talk to him and you'll talk him about this game.
Yep.
Because he ain't worked on that. So I think I built a lot of respect.
They say if you ever want to know who a person is, watch them when nobody's watching them.
Exactly.
What are they doing when nobody's watching them? Like I just said, people ask me, how am I so good at what I'm doing? And I'm just having a natural conversation.
Right.
I told you, every time I'm not doing nothing, I'm listening to interviews.
Yeah.
I literally do it for fun. Like it brings me joy. I'm riding in the car listening to interviews.
Right.
And because I'm hungry for knowledge. Like
Yeah.
I want to know how to make my first million.
Yeah.
So much so that I started this show.
Yeah. And they say once you make the first one, the rest of them come easy.
It's
So,
just like when you make your first $20. You know how to make $20 again.
It's easy.
You know how to make $100 again.
Exactly.
You know how to make 1,000 again. You know what it takes.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But you just gotta you gotta physically.
Once you figure out the
see
formulas to everything, it's easy.
Yeah.
Life easy. It just you gotta figure it out.
See, but at the same time, I'm building this community. So when one of us tap it,
Yeah.
everybody come see.
Everybody know. Yeah.
Hey, come. What you do? I don't know. I just did this and did that. So that's what you did.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because when we first learn something, we panic for real.
Yeah, because we don't know. We don't know what we know.
We don't know what we know.
So you're right. But like I feel like all entrepreneurs are the same to some extent.
Yeah.
We all know what we doing it, why we doing it, and we hit the walls differently than a different type of person that's not an entrepreneur. You can tell the people that's built for it ain't.
Yeah.
So it's just like when we hit a wall, a lot of us keep going.
Yeah.
The person that's not an entrepreneur and that's not built for that lifestyle, when they hit a wall, they go the other way. And that's
right.
cool. It ain't no wrong with either way. But we just trying to go this way.
That's right.
And that's how it go.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to find out what's next. What's happening, family? This your boy Sayed, a.k.a. King Dope, the king of all things dope. I'm coming to you again, letting you know that I got something new that dropped out the sky for you. For synchronization purposes, 3, 2, 1. All right, so Darren, you popping now. You getting to it. It's working out. You got everything going you told the people. You got mentors. You got your pricing down. You got traction and motion. Can't nobody fire you no more. What's next for Heninburg Power Washing?
So my ultimate goal is to scale my company and sell it. That's the ultimate goal. I used to, at one point, the goal was to, pass the company down to generations, all, But now I want to scale it, bring it to, a lot of different cities in Alabama, put one in Dallas and put one in Atlanta over the next 5 years, and then sell the company.
That's crazy. You already got the plan together.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you finna do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Do you know how many accounts you need to have, or what the money need to look like before you can consider the sale?
When we generate a couple million a year, between, you know, all of the branches, I'm gonna sell it, and I'm gonna sell it. The goal is to sell it and try to buy a new company.
Of course.
Like I said, I don't want to sweat and be in the sun and be dealing with these chemicals till I'm 45.
And that's why you
years
don't
old.
want to pass it down. You don't want your kids doing that.
And then my kids won't understand it. You know, I think about it. I don't have kids yet, but when they come, they won't see a struggling Darren. They won't understand why daddy goes so hard because they ain't see that. They came into money. So, you know, now if I had kids when I was first starting and they was able to see all the transitions and how hard I worked and all of that to where they understand it. So when they get older, they knowing like we can't let this go because daddy worked way too hard to get here.
Yeah.
They won't get that right now. So it's like, and then you look at a lot of other businesses that are passed down. They get sold anyway.
You're right.
So it's like I'm gonna go and sell it while we at the best. Why my name mean the most to the people around me, and that's my goal. You know, 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Like I said, we're gonna sell. You know, I want to get into real estate. My mom owns a real estate company.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a branch under her. I want to get in the truck, and I want to get into, you know, stuff like that.
You want to diversify your portfolio.
Exactly. To where, but I want to be in different businesses to where I don't personally have to be there to make money.
Understood.
Like I like to travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I want to be in Dubai somewhere making a bag.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So that's the goal. That's the 5 to 7 year goal. To get into more stuff like that. And then I do love mentorship. Like I do love to put my, you know, to be around the kids and to inspire that. I do love talking. I talk a lot at the schools like Davidson and a couple other high schools where I, you know, just have conversations with the students and inspire them to do, you know, certain things. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But when you get real busy, it's hard to have, you know, it's hard to, it's sucked to make the excuse, but time is hard to come by.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to get that time back so I can pour some more into the kids.
That's right.
I used to do a lot of community events where we was doing like a lot of the feedings and the book bags and all of that.
Yeah.
And I want to do that again.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, but the more time I have to do it, that's what I'm trying to get more time.
Understood.
And so that's pretty much where I'm going as far as like with my life, as far as just other investments that I don't physically have to sweat, heavy lifting, climbing roofs. I'm scared of heights, be 40 feet in the air every day. You know, I'm tired of being scared. You know, like, you know, it's just, but I don't want to be on lifts no more.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you know, we're just going to grind it out for the next couple of years and go the other route.
That's amazing, bro.
So
Hey
that's
man,
the goal.
what you are doing is a testament to what can be done. And like I told you before, bro, they don't know it yet. I knew it the moment I seen you. You know, the way other people knew it the moment we seen you, bro. You're a superstar.
I appreciate that.
Don't let nobody tell you no different. If you ever feel different, call one of these people who have took the time out to talk to you, because that's what we see.
Appreciate that.
We see a man who real deal figured it out enough to make other people want to figure it out. And that's a star.
That's real. That pushed me right there. That's real. I appreciate that.
All right, y'all. I'm about to sign off with my man here, with Mr. Heninburg, Mr. Darren. But for all of those who are following me and subscribing, they are subscribing to my content, to all of my platforms. You know, I got a Patreon. Hey, I actually just started a fan base account. Please follow me on Fanbase. If you don't have Fanbase, Fanbase is a Black-owned social media platform. Okay, they allow for free content as well as subscriber-based content for $5 a month. That's it. You're paying $5 a month. So if you don't have Patreon, you can jump on Fanbase. You can support me like that. But the reason why I'm mentioning it is, guess what? Patreon followers, all of my deep subscribers, I'm taking Get the Bag to Fanbase. So you can most definitely check out the Get the Bag tips from Mr. Heninburg himself. Mr. Power Wash. That's what I'm calling him. I'm going Mr. Power Wash. Mr. Power Wash himself is going to be on there. So make sure you hop on that social media platform and follow us. If you see us on anything else, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I ain't ask you to pay not one dime in each one of those statements I just made. I didn't ask you for no money. I just asked for you to help support the brand by doing that. It really means a lot. For real, for real. For real, for real. So, with that being said, this has been a Vivid Mind podcast, the official podcast of Young and Cultured Luxury Lifestyle brand. I'm your host, Sid, aka the king of all things dope, King Dope. And I just want to remind you to live humble and prosper.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.